Hello everyone, I am Crota giving you game 1 in a series between Foggy and Cechi. Here we have Foggy spawning as the red night elf on the bottom left hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Cechi has spawned as the purple undead on the top right. Eagle-eyed viewers will notice that this is in full 1080p, and the aspect ratio, at least for the main game here, has actually stayed the same. So for all of you guys wondering when I was able to do this, well, hats off to War 3 Arena. After setting up everything properly on my new machine, I am now able to cast in the full glory of 1080p without distorting any of the images. Now, what are we going to be looking at in this 1v1 replay? And I gotta say, having the wider screen is actually a little bit confusing because the mini-map is so far down on the bottom left, it's hard to keep track of what's actually going on down over there. Anyways, let's see what's going to be happening. Altar of Darkness Crypt, followed by the Tomb of Relics Graveyard. Nowhere to be found, so it looks as though we are opening up with ghouls. Death Knight should be trained up here momentarily. There's the Ziggurat. There is that Death Knight as the Death Knight is being trained up. Now, I will say the bottom portion of the toolbar, that is slightly distorted, but the main portion of the game still looks very, very good and does not look out of the ordinary to me. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the full 1080p cast. Now, what are we going to be looking at here in this 1v1 as things do get underway? A scouting wisp now making its way back off over here to the top right. Ghouls are clearing out this lumber line off over here as the Tomb of Relics will be done in just a second. Ancient of War with an archer, and Foggy just looking to take out some of these units here. Well, with the help of the archer, as the Demon Hunter should be popping out here in about 2 seconds. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, there you go, as the Demon Hunter now makes his way out to join in on the fight. Demon Hunter clearing that up, picking up a Circlet of Nobility off to the north, and then may try to run out to figure out what his opponent is doing here in just a moment. The Death Knight, as you can see, has opted to go for Death Coil over Unholy Aura. Interesting call here, but that does allow the Death Knight to use Death Coils and perhaps try and shoot down some Wisp. That is a very, very common tactic as the Death Knight now attempting to run around. Oh, poor sheep. All he did was stand right there. And what's going to happen? Well, we should be looking at a Rod of Necromancy, some skeletal minions popping out there in just a moment. But the Death Knight does not want to use it until you see that the Demon Hunter is, well, a little bit further away. Alright, Skeletal Minion taking a little bit of damage here. Not quite sure where the Skeletal Minions are going. Death Knight, on the other hand, going after the, trying to slip past the archers here and take a look at what's going on inside this base. Archer, oh my goodness, is it a 2-unit surround? Yes, it is, as we now see the Scroll of Town Portal. Cechi not paying attention, walking in between 2 Moonwells, and definitely getting punished for it. Yes, that just happened. All right. Death Knight now wandering back off to the north here, and this is not looking good for him at all. He was forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal early on in order to keep the Death Knight in play and be able to gain a little bit more experience. Meanwhile, Foggy going after the Forest Troll Trapper creep camp and decides to shadow meld the archers, and run away with that Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter does have Claws of Attack +6 as his item, as we now see a whole bunch of ghouls clearing out the 533 creep camp off to the north. Now, easy couple of Bloodlust now coming through. Death Knight will be able to finish off this Ogre Magi, get almost to level 2, and pick up a Ring of Protection as well. Demon Hunter trying to slip through here, unable to do so. He is attempting to take down a Graveyard. That Graveyard is, well, going to be suffering a bit of damage, but that Demon Hunter is attacking a little bit slowly. Now the Graveyard down to about 288 hit points, and it does definitely need at least some sort of repairing from an Acolyte. All right, there's a bit of missing right there. Is an Acolyte going to come off there? That is going to be the big question. Oh, there it goes. Wow. Death Coil is a second late, as the Demon Hunter could have been felled very, very easily. Now, what's going on over here? Skeletal Minions and Ghouls attempting to clear out this 533 creep camp. Meanwhile, Archers Clearing out this Forest Troll High Priest right here. There is going to be inner fire on the remaining units, but actually because it is, well, this Forest Troll off over here should be focused down first. It has medium or normal armor or heavy armor, so it does take the full damage from these archers. Meanwhile, the Forest Troll Trapper here, you can see he's not taking that much damage actually. In addition to the +5 armor from the inner fire, is also getting that negation because of the armor type. Demon Hunter looking to clear up this Ghoul. Ghoul gets ensnared, taken out, and Demon Hunter now takes a boulder to the head for all of his efforts as he now looks to back away. Death Knight wandering around, illusion of a Death Knight wandering around, as well as the Death Knight here takes a handful of cold arrows. 7 armor on that Death Knight. So effective hit points is, what, 42% higher on the effective hit points. Yes, I know the damage reduction is only 31%, but yes, there is a video on that if you guys ever really want to understand WarCraft 3 armor. All right, Demon Hunter going after the Death Knight there. Death Knight attempting to run away, but the Demon Hunter does have Boots of Speed. We should be seeing perhaps another mana burn there. There is a mana burn followed by a Death Coil, so the Death Knight now down to 65 mana. He's probably going to get mana burned one more time. There it goes, and now he is pretty much in a very, very sticky situation as he tries to get away. All right. Death Knight now attempting to run around here. Where will these units be going next? We could be looking at another mana burn. No, we are not. Naga Sea Witch, on the other hand, back across here, looking to clear out this Ogre Warrior creep camp as the Ogre Magi gets into position to deal some damage on that Ancient of War. So far, nothing really big happened so far in this game to really tip things in favor of one or the other. Yes, Cechi is a little bit behind because of that earlier Scroll of Talon portal, but things have progressed very nicely, and now Cechi is ahead on the hero level. Level 2 on the Demon Hunter, getting closer to 3. Naga Sea Witch is at 2, though. Meanwhile, Lich is just sitting at 1, while the Death Knight is at 3. Ogre Magi gets taken out. It is going to be a Potion of Invulnerability, a very, very powerful item indeed, as we're now looking at perhaps a little bit of an escape here in just a moment. Demon Hunter now looking to make their way over as well. A little bit of, well, cold damage, or even though the Lich is technically throwing icicles, it does not apply that cold debuff. Death Knight still wandering around here. You can see Ogre Warrior in position. Demon Hunter still shy of level 3, 99 experience away. There is the there's the kill there, as the Wand of Illusion Death Knight is able to just get in position once more. Back off to the north. Death Knight here, off over here. You see archers, Naga Sea Witch, Demon Hunter, Dryads, all of them now pretty much ready to go into this next fight, as we are now looking for the Death Knight to perhaps do a bit of damage and lead this army. So far, though, the Lich is continuing to do a lot of creeping, and it looks as though the Demon Hunter is not really going to follow this play up. We are nearing Tree of Eternity, we are getting Druids of the Claw, but there is still no mastery training as of yet. Death Knight going to clear up this creep camp here. Ogre Magi now getting that inner fire. Forest Troll High Priest with Bloodlust, as well as the units are attempting to run away. Obsidian Statue doing a bit of healing, as well as you see one Forest Troll Berserker gets taken out. Ogre Magi, pretty much all that is left. Inner fire armor buff completely negated by Orb of Corruption, as the Orb of Corruption now going to finish off that unit as well. Still looking. Death Knight does have, well, is currently invisible, doing his best impersonation of a Blade Master, and now wandering around. Back off to the north, Demon Hunter does have Roar, dealing plus 18 damage over his base 28 to 50. Dryads are going to be pulling back here. Demon Hunter still does not have an Orb of Venom. As of yet, the Naga Sea Witch does, and I'm assuming that that Naga Sea Witch will eventually give that Orb of Venom to that Demon Hunter. There is no reason for the Demon Hunter to have, or the Naga Sea Witch to have an Orb of Venom, as the cold arrows cannot stack here. All right, let's see. Off to the north, are we going to see a Helm of Valor almost picked up by the Death Knight? That was potentially huge, as the Death Knight would have walked away with a very, very powerful item. Naga Sea Witch going to clean up the rest of this creep camp. Naga Seawitch going to stay at 3. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter is still sitting at 3 with that Helm of Valor getting that +4 to strength and agility. Let's see, Demon Hunter still wandering around across over here. Lich, ready to go. Crypt Fiends, ready to go. Death Knight, trying to figure out where they're going to be going next so far. Death Knight really wants to get to level 4, level 2 Unholy Aura, level 3 already on the Lich with a Sobi mask, so that is definitely going to be a big benefit. Naga Seawitch picks up the Circuit of Nobility, transfers the Orb of Venom to the Demon Hunter, who is now only sitting at +15 attack, as we're going to be going into this upcoming fight. Lich, still ready to go, has plenty of mana for Frost Novas. You see there is a Destroyer up in the air, ready to devour magic, any roars or rejuvenations that may be cast. Demon Hunter looking to finish off one easy skeletal minion. The skeletal minion looks like it could get taken down. Yes, it did. I'm not sure if it was to timed life or if it just lost too many hit points. It was relatively close, as we're now looking at the Demon Hunter making its way again. Alright, a big attack there. The Demon Hunter taking a lot of damage, trying to retreat. Lich lost 100 mana, but that could easily get replaced here by the Obsidian statue in just a second, as long as there is Essence of Mana. No, it looks like, no, yep, it is going to be Essence of Mana and Essence of Health. He's actually casting both manually back and forth, as we're looking at the Destroyer looking to pull back. The Destroyer needs to somehow get a little bit more hit points into this upcoming fight. Demon Hunter is in position, ready to lead the charge. Obsidian Statue is still wandering around kind of aimlessly, as we are setting up for what should be a very big fight. 50 over 50 compared to 58 over 60. There is a reveal, and not quite sure how the reveal came about. Oh, Goblin Laboratory right off over here, revealing this location, as we're now looking at an Abomination joining in on the fight. All right, let's take a look at this. Demon Hunter taking a lot of damage. This is really bad news. One is an illusion, as 2 Frostworms are in the air ready to lead that charge. As long as the Frostworms are attacking the same target, that is going to be a bit of an issue, as the Frostworms are now trying to chase that down. All right, so much damage to be had. Staff of Preservation, as the units are looking to engage. Frost Nova coming in as well. All right, a lot of focus onto the illusion there, perhaps thinking that it was an easy target, not realizing that its hit points were falling relatively fast. It's continuing this fight once more. We can see the Frostworm now heading back up to the top right. We are looking at a Crypt Fiend. Naga Seawitch does end up Staff of Preserving, and we can see a Death Coil, and wow, Potion of Invulnerability on the Demon Hunter at the last possible second. We're still looking at a big fight here. Lich trying to finish off some Dryads. Are we going to see that damage go through, as the Demon Hunter falls at level 4? Cechi doing a great job so far. Archer gets taken down as well, as the Death Knight continuing to lead the charge here, and there is the GG. Cechi taking game number 1 after a small misstep. Please stay tuned for game number 2.